Another strategy that we're going to talk about, and this is probably hinging on the sixth strategy because we're going to specifically target seven. And with this strategy, it's called note buying. Now, I primarily don't spend a lot of time looking for notes to buy. It is simply a strategy of making money. And I'm going to explain what it is, and then you can participate with this program because it does has merit. Looking at what is a note buyer. It's simply another strategy, and basically you're selling the mortgage. Understand something. The house is the brick and mortar. That's what people live in. The note is what controls that brick and mortar. So, give an example. Let's say you're selling your mortgage note. You gave someone a loan through the 30 to 25K program. 2 years, 3 years down the road, you decide you want to sell the note for less than what is owed. Meaning you may have an outstanding balance of $50,000. The person's credit's better, the person pays on time, they have a track record of paying on time. You therefore sell the note for $37,000, $40,000, and you take a loss because you want the cash money right now. Therefore, when you're looking at how that actually works, selling a note is what some companies do for a living. There's a lot of note buying companies out there looking for a great return that's already been seasoned, somebody already found the buyer, somebody already did the perfect scenario for them. All they want to do is pay you less than what you owed, which means they're going to ask you to take less because they're going to give you a lump sum money to deal with this. And basically the downside of selling a note is at a discount. You're going to lose some of your money. If the people living there owe you 50, you may lose 10 or 15. Because typically notes are purchased between 65 to 80% loan to value of the outstanding debt, which is the remaining balance left on the mortgage, which is what note buying is all about. Here in the United States, mortgage notes are also known as real estate lien note to borrowers. It is a promissory. It's a promise to pay. And it's secured by a specific mortgage loan and is a written promise to repay a specific sum of money plus interest and a specific rate and length of time to fulfill that promise. The 30 to 25K program is a perfect example, which is why I do them all day long and love doing them all day long, because I'm going to sell that note 2 or 3 years down the road. It's seasoned, the people pay, their credit can be good, bad, or ugly, it don't matter. If someone wants that note, they will give you a cash amount for it. I've done it. I know all the red tape. I know all the principles. I have all the contracts. Selling notes is a good deal. Some people call it private mortgage note or deed of trust note. In some states, it is a promissory that was created by a piece of real estate and a seller finance, which is a business we're in. We're in the seller financing deal. The note is a legal document that obligates the borrower to repay a loan at a stated interest rate during a specific time to the lender. We are the lenders. We are the bank. Now, basically with doing that, we set up the rate, we set up the time period, we set up how many months they pay. It can be 7 years, 10 years, 15 years. I try to stay between 10 to 15 years because that's what note buyers love. Basically, like I mentioned, it is a promissory note to pay. The person in the house, you've given them a loan that basically allows you to own the note. You don't own the house anymore. You own the note that basically controls the house. So, give an example. If you ever had a mortgage with Bank of America, Citicorp, Wells Fargo, and 2 years down the road you get a letter in the mail. It says, don't pay us no more. Pay this new servicer. Guess what just happened? They sold your note. And all the details of that transaction stays the same. Nothing changes. It's not a refinance. It's not basically you got to pay more. You won't even get a phone call. You will get a letter in the mail saying, as of this date, pay these nice people because we've sold your note. That's the deal. Therefore, determine the amount of sum of money and you simply go that direction. And basically, it's a predetermined amount for the future. And basically, it's a good deal. Selling a note. You're wondering if it's possible to get a lump sum payment from a seller finance carryback note. It is ultimately, to me, a good deal, which is why I do this all the time. It's a matter of making sure you do your due diligence in the beginning to see what the market variation is, and I feel that this is the best idea connected with the 30 to 25K program. Study it. We will be taking the time to go through it more in depth once we sit down, but that's basically what a sell a note type deal is.